Hi, it's Carol Wick from charityglobal.com. Many of you were on a webinar with us a couple weeks ago where we walked you through how to estimate the economic impact of your domestic violence program. We've gotten a lot of requests for some simple walkthroughs of how you actually pull the data for the economic cost calculator. So today I'm going to walk you through the steps for how you can do that for your organization. And we're going to be using one of the organizations that joined us on the South Carolina. So shout out to you all and hang with us as we walk you through step by step how to do your own cost calculations. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to walk you through really quickly how to do calculations for your county. So remember a couple limitations on the Texas Health Cost Calculator. First of all, it was designed to calculate the number of female employees at a company that are going to experience domestic violence, and ultimately the cost to that company for not addressing domestic violence within their workforce. So what we're doing is we're adapting that tool and we're going to use it for county-wide calculations. But what that means is we've got to use a little bit different information than what the cost calculator asks for. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using your county census. And because they were on the webinar and asked some great questions, I'm using the calculations for Florence, South Carolina. So shout out to you guys in Florence. And we're going to be doing the calculations for your community. So we're going to walk you through the three main data points that you need to be able to do your county calculations. Now, first of all, you only need three numbers, but they're not exactly available right out there in front of you. We are going to pull all of this information from the U.S. Census Bureau, but we need to have three numbers: the number of adults, the percentage of those adults that are women, and the hourly wage for the average. We know that this is not going to be exactly what you would see for every single woman, because not every woman is employed and not every woman makes the average wage, right? So women tend to make less than men. We also know that there are male victims, all of these things. We understand that. So what we're trying to do, though, is give people an understanding of the magnitude of the problem and understand that these are estimates. These are not exact numbers. So it's really important when you use this information that you clarify that that's what you're doing, is you're using estimates. So here we go. So first of all, I told you the three numbers. They're right here highlighted in yellow. We're going to walk you through how you get that information. But first, let me walk you over to the Census Bureau right here. The Census Bureau is where we're going to pull this information, and it's really easy. You just type in your community, type in census, or go to census.gov. The population's right there, but now that includes not only adults, but also children under the. So what we're going to have to get is the number of the percentage of children so that we can subtract that number from the total population number to get just adults. If you scroll down, you're going to see where we're going to be able to find the average median income here. And that's the other data point that we're also going to be needing, is the average, the per capita income, which is what the average person makes, not the household income. So then we're going to go back to our calculations with those numbers. We're going to take that total county population, the percent under 18, and the percent of women. And to find the number of people who are under 18, we're going to multiply that percentage by the total population. We come up with 25,000, subtract that from the total population, and now we have just adults. Now, to find the hourly wage, we need to convert that annual salary into an hourly wage. We know a full-time equivalency is 2,080 hours. So we're going to multiply, or rather divide, our 25,000 by 2,080, and we're going to get $12.09 an hour. So now we've got our three data points. We're going to move over to the Texas Cost Calculator, and I've already inputted the data for you. So we have our total workforce, our 53% female, and our 1209. We hit calculate, and we see that there's $22 million that the community spends on workplace impact because of domestic violence. And then we can go down and look at some of this additional data. We can look at the total number of estimated women that are going to experience domestic violence in the community, which is We're going to be close to 7,000 in the next year. We can look at the medical costs and the predicted number of medical visits, which is a little over 5,000. We can also talk about the total medical costs as well as mental health costs. And we can even go down here and look at the average days of work loss. And again, the lost productivity. All of those are really powerful numbers. But I want to note that you'll have one more step to do, because if you go down to the notes, you'll notice that the data is in 2007 dollars. So we then have one more step. And the last step is to go over to the CPI inflation calculator, which is created by the IRS. You're going to put in your information for 2007 and hit calculate and bring it up to the current 2020 numbers. Now, this does not do large numbers, so you are going to have to reduce the number and then add some zeros back because it'll only do about 2 million. So when we put in the 22 million, we can only put in 2.2, comes back with 2.7. So we know we're at almost $28 million in economic impact. So there you've got your 3 steps. You've got your Census Bureau, your cost calculator, and then bringing everything up to 2020 data, which will give you your numbers for your community. And again, huge impact to be able to go and talk to your local community, talk to your government officials about the significant problem of domestic violence in your community. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at carol.wick@charityglobal.com. We're going to have another free video coming up very soon on how to use the RAND cost calculator to estimate the impact of domestic violence crime in your community. But in the meantime, if you need any help, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to help you with your mission. Have a great day.